Hello, how are you? My name is Sergio Rios. I invite you to visit us on our channel from YouTube, which is called Java Revolutions or Java Revolutions, where you will find videos of courses, tutorials, manuals, examples, exercise, etc. Everything will be related to Java technology, Java J to C. You will be able to make us questions, comments. You will be able to send us a personalized email to the one that appears on your screens. Please ask them to do it. We will be giving you answers daily. Everything that goes, we will do on this in these courses. Everything will be practical. The theory, please, I'm going to ask you to investigate them. Investigate it directly on the internet. Like I told you, if you want manuals that we send to you without problem, ask for them, we can give it to you. Well, let's start with our basic Java course. What is Java? Java is an object-oriented programming language used to create applications business. Okay, good. We are going to go to our browser. Is the first thing we are going to do. We are going to give our search download JDK. Right now we will explain what is the JDK. We go to the link that appears on your screens. Verify that please be this link you accessed. Click on this button of the JDK download. It is very important that we accept the license here. We will realize how one of the advantage that Java has is that it's multi-platform. Since we can develop and run Java applications on platforms or operating systems like Linux, like Mac, like Unix and Windows. In this case, in this tutorial, this is running on a Windows operating system with 64 bytes. We will proceed to download the 64-bit file. If you have 32 bits, please download this file. We're going to download this 64 bits. Well, we save file. It is going to go saving our file. Okay. What is the JDK? The JDK helps us create for develop Java applications. Okay. The JDK inside, if it also has the JRE, the JRE it serves to run Java applications. So if I want to develop Java applications, I need to download the JDK. If I only need to run my Java applications, I need to download the JRE. The JR as the JDK also has an execution mind that is implicit JRE. There is no need to download also the JRE in our case. But what if with our client we want to install our application that we did in Java? We would need to install only the JRE but not the JDK. Fine. Once we have downloaded our file, in this case I have already downloaded, I will cancel here our download because I already have the downloaded file here. That is to give continuity to this course. Let's continue. Moving forward, we will proceed to install the JDK. How do I know that my machine or any machine in which I am working has Java or not? How do I know that it has Java or not? Well, come on the programs that we have installed. We have to look for something that says Java. always going to put here in alphabetical order according to how we have it here ordered, and should be here. Java should be here, but we can't find it anywhere. There's nothing that says Java. Another option is that we go to program files. If there are program files, and here should be a folder called Java, the same. Neither is this. We go to the MC2, another way to check if there is Java. We execute the Java command and we see that it does not recognize us. That command says no. It is a command that is not recognized. Okay? So with this we are realizing that definitely not we have Java installed. This we are logically doing so we can see how to install Java from scratch. Okay? We will proceed to the installation of the JDK and in turn of the JRE. Okay? We give double click on the file, we say yes, we say next to the installer, we do not change, we leave this route the same, just as the installer leaves it, and we give it next. We are proceeding to install the JDK, okay? Once we have installed the JDK, it will ask us to install the JRE. We are going to install it. It is very important that we have Java installed and that we have the JDK installed to develop our applications in Java. When we install an IDE called Eclipse, right now we are going to see what that is an IDE. We are going to realize that the IDE, if we do not have installed Java when we want to run the Eclipse, will tell us that it does not find Java. Well, here we are going to install now the JRE. A few moments ago we were installing the JDK. This is the JRE as them. It was important to have the JDK to develop your applications. What means JDK? Java Development Kit. That is our Java development package. What means JRE? Java Runtime Environment, or environment Java execution, where our Java applications going to run. Okay? All terms that you see, please, I will ask you to investigate them on the internet. In this course, we will never see theory, only some concepts, some terms, so that you are getting a better understanding of what we are doing. But we are not going to see all the theory, okay? And while we have already installed Java, we will verify if it is already installed. We will refresh here, and indeed it is already here. We have Java 7, the update 25, logically my 64-byte architecture, and this is the JRE. And we have Java Development Kit. This is the JDK, okay? This is the JRE and this is the JDK. What could happen if I want a Java application on a client and I only want my Java applications to run? I only install the JRE, this only. I don't install this. This is to develop Java applications, okay? Okay, let's program files, and we see that the Java folder appears here. Here is the JDK and here is the JRE. As I told you, the JDK intrinsically has the JRE. Okay, well, let's proceed to download an IDE that it's called Eclipse. Right now let's see what an IDE is. Let's download Eclipse, and we will download exactly the version of Juno. Then we put download Eclipse Juno, and we go directly to this URL, to this. we go directly to that our URL, and this URL must appear to us, okay? And we are going to download this version of Eclipse IDE for Java EE developers, but we are going to download it from these links here for 32 bytes. For our Windows, download from here, 64 download from here. That is our case, okay? We click on it and we are going to click on this link. We are going to click on this button, okay? We will click directly there. We wait for our file to be downloaded. We accept and save it. It will take a little while to download this file. In this case, we have already downloaded to continue developing this course. And we go directly to where I have already downloaded my file. That is this. You should see a file with a name. If it is not that similar, will change according to their architecture and their operating system in which you are working. We right click here. Let's take into account that I install WinRAR to can do it. Can unzip files, okay? And cut the folder that we decompress. We cut and unzip directly we hit you. In this case I already paste this folder. In this case I already paste it. The popularity instead of Eclipse, I put Eclipse Uno. I will ask you please to put this name, to rename your Eclipse folder with Eclipse, with this name Eclipse Uno, so you don't have any problem or with other courses we will still have. And we are going to double click on our folder that we just renamed, and since we already have Java installed, we can automatically install this eclipse.exe file, which is the one we are always going to install in our course, okay? We are going to double click it, and I am going to ask you please create this workspace. Type this workspace as well as this one. There's no need to create folders right now. Eclipse will create if they do not exist. You could have created them directly from your directory, since C could have created C, Java Revolution, projects. You could have created these folders directly, and here they only select it or put it. We give it OK, and it will start to generate our space. More or less generates this little carpet called metadata point, and so it should be generated. I already had it generated there previously, and we already have our Eclipse running up to there. We must arrive without any problem. The Eclipse should open without any problem. Fine. Let's start creating a new project in Java. We're going to give it a file. New, we're going to give it project, Java project. Next, and we are going to give it here basic, Java basic, without a leave space. Java basic. Let's give it next because I'm going to explain the folders that are generated for what they serve. This is RC. Here are going to save all the source code that we have developed, okay? And there will be a folder says that it's going to be called beyond. In this folder, the Java compiled classes are going to be saved. So the code source will be here in this folder. Each class is represented by the class name and the extension Java point, and the compiled ones are represented by the class name dot class. Okay, let's give it finish. We say no, and we already have a Java project. Okay, and we already have the folder we're going to generate all our Java classes. We will generate our first Java class. We will click right. Let's give it new. Let's give it a class to generate a class. Okay, and start. Let's put a package. Always in everything we will put a package. Right now we will see later what is a package. Let's put com point Java Revolutions, com point Java Revolutions point course 1. Okay, and we're going to put here the main principal. Name of the class is called principal. The name of the package is called like this. Let's give finish. And we have already created our first Java class. We generate a package. What is a package? A package is simply a series of folders and subfolders where my class is going to be stored. We are going to see it in the project that I already have. Let's see how a project called Java Basic is generated here. This is the name of my project. This folder is Eclipse. Okay. These files too. The ones that we are going to be interested are SRC. Here we see we have the package com. Is this package is a simple folder. Java Revolutions is a subfolder that is inside com, and course is inside Java Revolutions. Course 1, that is this. And within this package is a package. This will be the second package, and the third package within of that package is the class that is called principal. As it is source code, I have extension point Java. Okay, the extension is Java point. Now in the bin folder the package is saved the same, but here are the compiled ones. I mean the file we will send for execution for installation in a jar. Later we will see all the terms that we see here in these courses. Please, I will ask you to investigate them on the internet so that they have no doubt. In case you have very specific doubts or who want to contact us, do not hesitate to send us an email. Okay, our email is javarevolutions@yahoo.com.mx. Well, for that is a package, and always we must always package our classes. Always, if we have a class without package like this is an error. This is wrong. Okay, although if you can have classes like this, like that, it shouldn't be done that way. So we always put a package. Okay, how we define the package? This com that represent com is equal to the type of project. Com of commercial is a commercial project. It can be gov of government, MX, sometimes they put MX of Mexico, ORG, what that is an organization, etc. Okay, which follows. Java Revolutions is the name of the company or customer to who are you going to do this project. Okay, after next course course 1 is equal to the name of the project they will develop, and this is going to be their main package. Okay, Campaign Java Evolutions course 1. Okay, well, how do we declare a class in Java? It will always carry access modifier, the access modifier. We will put our prototype, then followed by the type, and after the class name. These three elements are always composed as a class is declared, as a variable is declared that we will see later, and as a function. We will always respect this access modifier or prototype, type, and name will always be so. Okay, in this case the access modifier is public, the type is class, tells me that is a class, and the name is called main. Principal, my class is called principal. Well, if you realize here in this line, as I do to create commands in my source code in Java, well, because for a single line I do it with the diagonal. Okay, and what if I wanted to what if I wanted to comment on several lines? In this case, here are errors or grunts, because that can't be done because I'm putting code that doesn't go in Java. Then if I wanted to comment on all this, then I put diagonal asterisk and close with diagonal asterisk. Okay, that is to comment on several lines, one or many lines. To comment a single line only with this. What happens if I want to create documentation with Java doc of Java? I say above my class where I create my class, I put diagonal asterisk asterisk 2 asterisks instead of 1, and I give it an enter, and automatically this is already going to be the documentation. This is already going to be the data that my documentation will have in Java doc. Can I put here creation date, and I put it I can put here project name, class name, etc. Okay, well, how many modifiers access is there? How many modifier access is there? That is very important if this is an access modifier. Let's see the modifier access. How many access modifier are there? Is the public, is the private, is the protected, is the default? Okay, public, any class accesses this object. Okay, to put it this way. We will see later that for classes it does not in fact apply the privacy, neither he not the protected, not the file only applies the public. But if we define for the main classes, what if we define a class within this class that you can class another, then here if we can put an attribute and access modifier. Okay, in that case it can be private, protected, or it can be of fact default. Right now we will see how each one of these is graded. Public, any class accesses this object. Any class of any package deprive private. Only this class has access only this class has access to said element declared as private. As we said, the classes cannot be private, the main ones, but everything we define in this class, whether variables, objects or methods or functions, if we can put them, we can declare them as private, okay? And that means that only in this case we'll be able to access them and we'll be able to see them and use them, and we have protected only the classes that are within the same package and the inherited classes. Then we will see the inheritance. Only you have visibility, only you are able to see protected objects or methods. Okay, and we have the default. The default is the only one that is not written. We cannot put here default. That cannot be mistaken. But if we can put it protected, or we can get it deprived, private, that we already did it. But what happens if I do this? When I do this, is automatically set the default. This is not visible, but if it's set automatically Java puts when I do not put anything, it creates a default. And this, unlike the protected one, which is almost the same, see this object. In Java they are all objects. In Java they are all objects, and they are all objects. Good. Once we have understood this, as I told you, there is that you have to read to better understand the concepts. Here everything will be practical. We will create to define an integer variable that stores a number. Okay. Here we are going to save a number or variable is called number, and as we said, this is a recipe. The first thing that goes to declare anything in Java is always the prototype or access modifier. That is this access modifier or prototype. Already we saw that there are 4 types of access modifier or prototypes. I will always do this, okay? Always. Next, the type in Java. There are several types of data. types of data is the int, is the float, is the double, is the char, is the long. Yes, and all these are very important primitives, so they are no. And there are also types of data that are called wrapper. There is the string, the int, equivalent of the int is integer, float is float, the double is double, but capitalized if we realize there are classes there. These are why they are called so primitive. They are not classes. This is a sample data type, so to speak a string, integer, float, double. From char, we must use the string. We cannot use the character. The character is a mistake. The long is long, etc. Okay? These types of data should also be read. How many numbers are the range of the int, of the float? In this case, in the integers, kept integers logically, float keep numbers with double decimals. We also see what is the difference between float and double, that is double saved data layer larger than the float. Here saved a character, here keep the same word but very long, etc. All this we have to read it to make it cleaner and see how many types of data exist according to our need. Is the byte the same as its wrapper is the byte? Okay? Well, then to declare anything in Java, any variable or object, any method or function, any class, everything goes like this. Access modifier or prototype, data type, object type, and name. Okay, this is the name. Everything goes the same. Can be any name. Okay. Well, we declare a variable. Now we are going to declare a function or a method. We are going to public this is, we say this or access modifier or prototype that follows, then follow the type, and in that case it will be an int. Yet int get number is a simple name, has nothing to do with the get. It's a simple name. After we will understand it, because I am doing to this right now, but that we will see later. We open and close parentheses is the difference of the declaration of a variable. A variable is only declared so, but a function already has parentheses. Why? Because I already received parameters. Okay, we will see later how we will receive them. We leave a space, we open our key and give an enter, so that our space automatically turns us into a space. We automatically open the key, enter. It already respects our 4 spaces, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. And in this function, as we are telling you that an integer type that will always return at the end of our function. You will always return, and we will return here according to the type of data that is asking us. Here we must return here the same. For example, If this is an integer, we can return an integer. In this case, we will return the variable directly. Okay. There will declare this is a function, prototype, type, and name. The function also receives parameters, so we will declare other function is also public. In this case, it is void. That what I do if I want my function to say that nothing returned to well, I put void. With void, I am telling my function you don't return anything, so I don't need to return it anymore. Okay. I change here the name is now going to be called set number, and I will declare within the parentheses the variables are declared with the types of data that I am going to receive. Okay, and here you don't put it here, apply a rule here. You don't even put an access modifier or prototype here. I just put data or object type and name. Okay, only that only goes after we are going to put the type, that is we are going to receive an integer that is going to be called number. This variable has nothing to do with this, although they are called the same, they are different. This variable only has to say, so I can only see it within this function. Okay, only here that defines my function. What defines my functions? The kills. Okay, but I am declaring these variables so that the whole class that delimits my class can see it, these skills, and even here closes my class. Then it is variable. I will able to see where I will able to see it throughout my class. How do I do it now to differentiate these two variables? I want to save in this variable what they send me in this variable. By means on this function, we they send it to me or send to God. Well, I'm going to put a point to it, and this, let's see how my classes reflect to my methods, my attributes, or member elements that I have in class. Let's see. Number one is this. Yes. Did I control space? Okay. I do control the space. I put here space control. Another time it appears cloud is a function by default that it's inheriting from the object class. All my classes would be object by default. It's a function automatically that is inheriting from clown. What is called clown? I have the function that is the call equals receives a type of data, and object type is called obj. We have the function finalists, etc. We have several functions here. We have to get number. This is me. I defined it this, and we have set number. That is this same. Okay. So let's see that within that we refer to the class to them in the class. Okay. So I put this number number one equal to the number. I am telling save me in this variable that is this, not to differentiate this from this save me in this what you send me, the value you send me in this variable that is this. It's called same, but I am already differentiating it with this. Okay, good. We already saw what a package is. Okay, we already saw how to define a class, the access modifiers that exist, the types of data, names, any name that we can put to our variables. We already saw how to define functions, okay? How do you define, and we are going to run this class. We're going to run this class, and to be able to run a class in Java, we need to add a special method. To this method never change, okay? There are those who define this method with these different names or put it, for example, like this, okay? And they change the name can, and you can put this, okay? And here there really are a name, but what I am telling you that is I am telling you that is a enrichment, okay? So here I tell you type, remember this is also a function. Remember that this a special function which which Java identifies that is the one that is going to be executed, which is the class that is going to be executed. Then put type inside the function that it represents an enrichment, okay? This represents what is an array of chains, okay, of a string. As I say, it is an array of integers. Ah, well, how do I say that it's an array of characters like this? That, okay? I change the type only. Well, only it is an array of a string, and this is only a name, okay? Well, now how do I send them to call these methods and also see this variable that is within this class as I do? I have to first declare the type of the class that I want to access, that in this case is main, this principal, and the name we say is type and name. Here I am no longer prototype because I am already within my function, okay? Here I am no longer put access modifier, okay? And I can automatically access the functions, and we will put a number here to set the number, and it marks a wrong, a mistake. Why it makes a mistake? All this is intentional for you to see what kind of mistake can exist, because I sent me a mistake. We're going to read it to read wrong. Eclipse we can put here, and we can get an error. The local variable of bj must have been initialized. Must be initialized. Okay, what does that mean? That I can leave here like this null, okay? Then it will automatically send me that error I can, and I have to declare my object, my variable, and to declare any variable of any remember that everything in Java are objects. I put the type of object I want to declare here, and put the type is main, I put the name the same, okay? And you will always put the same to new, and I say, as you know what, believe me, and I'll create an instance of this type of data. When the type always goes in the end, the new one must be of the same type of, okay? I can put another class here, the name of another class, because it's going to make a mistake, okay? Well, then we will see later what is an iterance to see if it can or not has, as it is in what cases, if it can and what cases not. Well, then it is no longer marking us here error. Then no initialize or instantiate a class always goes like this, always. and we can begin to invoke each function that we have the class, and we will also see how we are going to give obj dot automatically this square appears here, and we will see all the variables and methods to which we have access. By what is declared the variable number is this is, for example, this is why it is declared private, and I can see it why I here in my class. Okay, within this class, even if they are private, I can see them. From another class, I could not see, nor can I see this variable. Okay, I can only see the public or projected functions according to what we saw here. Okay, the classes there that are in the same package and the inherited classes, well, we already established a number, and we said the number is 100. Now we are going to print in console system point out point print line. Okay, the number that we have set is a simple Java class that has by default, and that class has a function called out. This function out another class returns to me that this class in turn has another function called printLine. Okay, and that printLine receives a string type parameter. Okay, that we are defining a chain. We are concatenating it, and we are going to concatenate obj point. With the point we are assigned to call the functions and variables that the class has the object, which we already defined here. Okay, for that we first define it. Here we put the name of the object, the type, and we can already access all its properties and objects through the object, and then we put point. Okay, put control space control to show me to help. Okay, we use scale, and it's a get number, and it put a very important semicolon, and the points and commas where they should go, notice where they go here. Okay, and with this special function I told Java that this is the special function that will be executed. Okay, well, let's run this class to see if the console works. Here says console. This is going to be our console data. We are going to right click, run as Java application. Do not give it run on server because it will not work. We will give Java application. After we will see what is the use of run on server. We give Java application. If we have not saved, we give it here. Okay, it is asking us to select resource so that we can save it. We save that. It saves, and automatically it should print as a number that is 2 points space, the number that is the one we have established. Here with this function we send the number we save here in the variable, the number we send here, it here, that is the number that we are sending to you, and with get number, this function we are returning here a variable that is this. By what we are did not put this can be done also, nothing happens, but why we did not put it where we put it only for difference this variable of this variable, but if it had been defined with another name, there would be no need to put this. Okay, so here there is no need to put this neither, because we already know that it's variable. Okay, and well, until now we have finished with part of this basic Java course. In part 2 Two, we are going to see what the builders, like we are going to in iterants, we are going to see implements, the extent, etc. We are going to go to see several more things. For the moment, it is all. Thank you.